My friends, my foes, we are here in EU5. This is the long-awaited 1.1 open beta that is going to run through February. I mean, okay, maybe only for a couple of weeks. I'm not actually too sure because I can't read, but it is here. We are in a game that has a lot of changes, including 7 speed settings instead of just 5. I want to find out how it plays, what's going on, and for the purpose of this, I will be doing a couple of playthroughs where we feel the systems, how they changed, how it impacted things, and how everything feels in general. Now, I do want to be honest with you, I haven't played this game in about a month, probably a little bit more, primarily because the aggression and everything related to 1.0.10 was just that horrendous. For me anyway. As a player type, I just didn't enjoy it whatsoever. 1.1 now changes a whole bunch of things, including AI aggression, balancing all around, and then several UI things, but also actual deeply running mechanics. I want to feel all of them, which is why today we're going to rip through a playthrough and we're going to feel primarily the military. I want to explore all of these changes that they've made when it comes to unit sizes, when it comes to the actual, take a look at this right here, combined arms bonuses and such. We're going to feel this out today with the Ottomans. And then going forward, I think we're looking at Austria, maybe some England, and then of course some smaller nations, you know, here and there, to figure out diplomacy, economy, trade, and so on. These are the things that are on my radar, and I will be going through everything as I play it. I will tell you whether it's good or bad, and what exactly is happening here. Now, first things first, of course, not everything has changed in this game, although again, a lot has. What we have now, for example, is this right there, toggle alerts menu. We can dismiss alerts and they will actually stay away. Who could have thought? Now, yep, you go away, you go away. I'm not sure whether they're gonna come back if different pops have different needs. You know, it says right here that I can deactivate that even if the content changes. We're gonna see this. I might have to mute them. We'll figure that out as we go. The country action is off cooldown, is of course a cool functionality, but realistically speaking, none of these will ever pay me any money because we're not playing a diplomatic game. I will never have favors on you. So you know what? You are dismissed as well. Now for starters, you can see we're not really doing anything too differently here. I will crank this stuff up. I want my legitimacy and I of course want my stability as high as we can get it. We're still turning a hefty profit. I think things are fine. In general, by the way, I only really automate this stuff right there. Technically, I'm also automating production methods, but I will sometimes intervene. Right now, again, not a production-focused run. We're just going to leave it to the AI. Surely, they are going to do okay. Now, research-wise, and I have to say, by the way, man, I hate this zoom. It feels so abrupt. I don't like it at all. Whatever. We're never going into that level. We are going to go down, I think, the construction speed first. That is always very important. This doesn't really matter to us right now. Man, cultural tradition is such a useless statistic. Legitimately, never will care about it. Just complete nonsense. I should have... Actually, we can leave this right now, because the Black Death is going to hit anyway. This won't really have a big impact on us there. There you go. We're going to research all of these. You know how it is. And after that, we will move on to the new institutions. I don't think too much changed here. I don't remember this zoom level last time I played, but maybe I just never zoomed out like this. Now, balancing-wise, I am not sure which privileges are the best. I will tell you, I think autocracy is always good. Everybody loves crown power, and aristocracy isn't awful. Surely you can justify something like feudal theocracy. I'm not going to do it. Yes, there will be a lot of pops to convert, although admittedly, as long as we're conquering over here, it's not actually too many of them. I would rather go with agricultural cultivation, because I do like the land societal value, right? Making us stronger. Now for cabinet positions, that's honestly a pretty good question. What do we do here? Traditionally, I would virtually always go with province control, but now that we have local governors, although we don't have any of them just yet, maybe that is no longer the play for the Ottomans, right? We will conquer a lot, and then I build like a governor really inland, and we can have high hot zones. Man, that is interesting. The changes that they made here make it so that I have alternatives to just my counselor needing to increase province control. However, if I neglect having control, that money no longer just goes into the ether like it used to. If we check it out right here, you can see this as well. Instead, our estates get the full amount, which is of course crazy. We are going to see, I think, incredibly rich estates, potentially then able to actually be threats to my supremacy. I'm not too sure. Right now, I won't focus on that too much. I will neglect the control in the hope that my local governors, once I can build them, actually do something about it. And I think we're going to move innovative, just because I think that is still one of the most amazing values, and the opposite value is absolute dog. Take a look at this right here, traditionalist. Oh yeah, cultural tradition. Terrible. Embrace institution goes plus 200%. Get out of here. We're not doing this. We are going for the cultural influence, for the max literacy, for the embrace institution cost. Ah, amazing. Now beyond this, of course, we will have to core a lot, but I think for the time being, why don't we assimilate some pops into our culture, right? If we make these regions here Turkish, this is of course the capital, we have the biggest amount of control there, which means we would be getting a lot more in levies. Did they change anything here? What do we got here? I think the interface slightly changed, but I still need to go 3 layers deep to find this. That is just very silly. That is a very silly UI. You know what? Victoria 3 already solved this issue, where you have the production methods directly underneath, including any locations of the building, but maybe one day EU5 will discover fire. Okay, that was too harsh. I just don't know. I'm suffering, okay? Now, I don't think I'm going to be spending any of my money. New market underway, that's good for you. The goal here is to just do warfare. I want to go to war. Oh, Tlemcen. Ah, yes. You can marry my daughter. Are you big? I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, you are big. Well, not for long. Actually, you're going to die. That's fine. I accept your offer. I will send my daughter to certain death. The Turks are not afraid of anything. Now what we're waiting for here is the start of the rise of the Ottomans. Well, rise of the Turks technically, but that's fine. Currently, we are the leader here. Nothing new. This is exactly how this worked before. The Byzantines now see us. Oh, and look at this actually. The alerts did come back, which means I need to mute them. I will never want to be told about any of this. Thank you. I appreciate that. See you in hell. I really feel like these alerts actually have never served me any purpose. We're already seeing a bunch of movements here. Now, I think these are likely too small to actually... Oh no, these actually trigger a civil war. Oh, both of them do. Shouldn't these just trigger... Maybe the tooltip is wrong? We'll see. I'm going to let this tick up because, as I understand it, small rebel movements no longer do this. Instead, they will simply give you a malus to control and such. So, we're going to see. But okay, we're gonna see. I was under the impression that at least these slaves wouldn't do that and just give me a malice. We'll see. Now I do need rivals, Germanids and Karamanids. I want your land. I believe there's somewhere here an important building that I want to take. We can join international organization. I don't think so. Alright, and then classic stuff. I'm going to go ahead and press a claim. We're going to go for any of these provinces because I want to completely eviscerate the Germanids, who I believe... Oh yeah, these are all subjects, that's fine. I will win a war against, I think, all of these. I think. Let's figure it out. Germanids, I immediately will declare a war against you. Easy peasy. Can you explain to me why this needs to be its own window? Can't this just, like, collapse and open up? Okay, whatever. You know, I like so much about the UI, and then so much of it is driving me crazy. Oh, and by the way, I noticed I have, like, a visual bug because I play with the paper map mode in Fog of War. See the rivers pop up? They did add the river map mode again. Oh, that's not it. This is it. There it is. And I can see these pop up repeatedly. I hope they fix it soon, but I'm just gonna live with it because I think this map mode is really useful. Anyway, declare war. I'm weaker than them. I will lose this war. I don't think so. This brings us immediately to how warfare works now. Obviously, they already immediately cranked up our maintenance. That's good. Unraised levies can now actually be raised at a levy point. Oh, wait, that's... Oh, okay, and you can fully automate this. And frankly, I think I will. But I want you to rally right here in Göynük. There you go, beautiful. And that's our full army. Okay. I need to figure out the speed here at war, but you know what, I like this. I think this feels good. Having more actual nuance to the speed is always a good thing, I think. Oh yeah, look at that. They're bigger than us. I think that's fine. I think we're gonna be fine. Now, they did change a whole lot here when it comes to armies. Let's take this in for a second. We can finally automate balancing flanks. I remember recording that video with Lathe where I couldn't balance my flanks because I had so many tiny armies, so I just gave up halfway through and it cost us everything. Truly terrible. You can also decide on how you want it to be balanced, which I think is nice, right? You can have a very just flanked cavalry, basically, which we currently don't really support. Let me actually check this, right? If I choose this... Oh yeah, look at how tiny this is. Obviously, we don't want this right now. We want a balanced army, and boom, there you go, it does it. That is nice to see. I like that. We can also manually change a couple of things around here, and then you would probably will want to deactivate this, right? I think that's okay. I like this new functionality. Very, very nice. Now, let me check one thing. I didn't really keep up with it. They all still use one frontage. Independent. Ah, but they're all 500. I see what's going here. So, infantry is always 500, from what I can gather. And the standard size of... Right, so instead of changing frontage to actually account for every man, and once my, actual unit here becomes smaller, it would be less frontage, instead, they just standardized the actual sizes of the regiments. Okay, interesting, we're gonna see how it feels. Currently, of course, we have our leader here as general. And I think it's time to get ready to rumble. Alright, and there you go, I've positioned myself on Bosa. They are going to walk right into me. They have a neighboring army there, but I think with the delayed arrivals here, we are going to easily win this. Let me just... Yeah, there you go. Okay, this is nice. You can watch this. We are very clearly tearing them apart. I think the general logic for how you should behave in war isn't all too different from how it used to be. Obviously, balancing of levies and men-at-arms was completely all over the place over the last few patches, but fundamentally, in the early phase of the game, if you make it in force on the battlefield, onto the battlefield I should say, you will win the fight. And that is basically what we're seeing here, right? All of these units are just really wearing them down. I think this flank will break pretty early. Oh, it depends on... No, they will arrive very soon. So this is a prolonged fight, but we have the massive advantage of just wearing these units down very swiftly. And yeah, everybody has one frontage. Good to know. Okay, so nothing too much change there. They're arriving, but they're making it onto the battlefield quite slowly, meaning that we get a massive advantage just from being there. And we're clearly just killing them bit by bit. What am I seeing here? Oh, they rolled really well. Jesus Christ. You rolled a 1? Oh my god. Roll better. There you go. Yeah, look at this difference. Either we take 20 damage if we have a 1 and they are 6, or it's the other way around and then it's 30 minus 7. Jesus. Yeah, but that is pretty much it. There seem to be no reinforcements coming for them. We rolled a 10! Oh, they opened it up, right? They widened what you can roll. I love the 6-sided die when you can roll a 10. That's good. I like that. Okay, that's my humor. Did they change anything else about the... I think the tooltips look pretty much as they used to. You get a nice breakdown here now, and I have to assume that this math is accurate, right? Although the math still, it just doesn't read great. I think these tooltips could do with another round of changing it. But fundamentally, obviously, what is happening here is pretty clear. They're showing you the combined arms bonus as well. I'm going to keep an eye on this. Right now, obviously, everybody just has levies. Nobody's going to get combined arms bonuses, but I would assume if I actually run an army very early on, a professional army that really satisfies these requirements, I will be wiping the AI. I can't imagine that the AI is too understanding of what it needs to do there. And there the flank, of course, breaks, and it is all over. From here, it's just a full-on wipe. We're literally taking no damage whatsoever. This is just, yeah. Okay, what do we got? Oh my god. What do we got here? 3.2k. I like this window, that's very nice. Might have already been in the last patch, I just didn't play. You know, getting this prestige is not terrible. I'm not against that, but we wiped a ton of their troops, obviously, so yeah, not too surprising. Now, the good things about the starting area in Anatolia is that they have no forts. This is it. I just walk in and I instantly siege and win them over. It keeps saying levies lost to attrition, but I don't think I lost troops. Am I losing it? I see a maintenance cost, that's fine. Oh, this UI, it is better. I mean, what can you say? Let's wipe them again. Shouldn't be an issue. Don't have to rebalance my troops. You love to see it. Easy peasy. Yeah, the equation is basically the same as before, except maybe they're now more balanced. Not sure. Man, I see some very significant wipes here. I think that is one of the big takeaways so far. I can see that in one battle, you very easily wipe the bigger part of the entire army just right away. I feel like combat essentially did get quite a bit more deadly, or maybe these are just my current numbers. It's difficult to say. Yeah, thinking about these battles, obviously in the very early stage you won't really feel it. My god, what a roll, just terrifying. But basically, the way that I would interpret this right now is that you're still very much in a position where you want to consolidate whenever you're full, because again, the actual frontage that a unit is taking does not scale with its actual manpower existence, right? So the strength here does not impact this value at all. But I don't think it is nearly as present as it used to be, now that levies have been standardized. I think that makes sense. Ah, and here we have one of the classic Ottoman cheat events. Yes, coins in our name. I would like a 20-year modifier that gives me a massive amount of legitimacy and ups my minting threshold. How could I say no to this for $19? Come on. Oh, and the Germanids just had the event that severs all of their dependencies here. Of course, a huge shame for us. We can't annex anything there. But you know what, again, we're not here speedrunning things. I just want to feel it out. And going to war against these folks again will let us test how levy replenishment feels, because I did wipe a ton of theirs. And, well, we're gonna come back, of course, for the rest. Is there anything else that I can get from you? No? Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna grab this stuff. They will accept. God bless America. This overview, interesting. Seems bugged. I definitely lost more people. Oh, maybe it's because these people left the war, but that's a bit disappointing then, quite frankly. This should be an all-encompassing, I think, statistic, which I don't think it currently is. Anyway, we win, we take all their territory, and now we border the Karamanids. How are we looking when it comes to aggressive expansion here? Okay. That's basically nothing. And let me check this. So we do have devastated locations. I assume, in the past, I felt like devastation did not matter whatsoever. What are we looking at right here? Does this automatically recover? It does. So I don't technically need to send a council member. Yeah, and look at this. The prosperity right here is really pushing this up if it is below 0. I'm not going to intervene in that then. What we're going to do is I will be changing your task to instead be integration. Integration will make it so that we get positive Ottoman events. This is the Ottoman gameplay loop. I should basically assign all of them here, but I'm going to let the assimilation run a little bit longer. I will never use control groups. You will never get me to use control groups. I'm sorry. There's just all of these that I just need to dismiss whenever I can. I mean, come on. Frankly, even get rid of this. I mean, I know I have non-integrated. Oh my god, man. This is just, look at how many are so useless. They used to force us to look at them. What a crazy time. Right, and here we have the mints of the old Sultanate that we want to secure because they will give us, like, massive, massive bonuses, right? These are the Seljuk mints right there. Look at the local crown power, the proximity speed. It's good stuff. Konya and Sivas. Konya, much more easy to reach. Once I get a claim, I think we can facilitate this. Let's take a look at what my estates are doing. A couple of them are unhappy. I'm not sure what the thresholds are. If they're happy, they will build something good. If they're unhappy, they will build something terrible. Oh, even you are happy? Damn. A toll castle, thanks for building something terrible, I appreciate it. A hospital, okay, that's actually very good, now that I think about it. With the Black Death obviously approaching. Merchant's Guild is good, okay, yeah. Sand pits, yeah. I mean, all of these are good so far. I got the taxes maxed out. I'm just gonna leave them there. I mean, what do you want me to say? I feel good about what is happening here. Oh, that's a that's an interesting tooltip. Yep, okay. Okay. We have another cabinet seat, and obviously we're going to go ahead and, there you go, integrate more provinces. Very nice. And don't mind if I push into Konya. Wait, I should have checked whether you have any allies. No, we're good. Yeah, I'm gonna beat the hell out of both of you. We're going to eat our way through this territory, as you do. This looks very easy, and in fact, I think I'm gonna actually take the Hamidids and co-belligerent them. This isn't too much more. I'm not sure that I'm gonna bother with this territory right there. But what this does do is allow me to take more land. So, yeah, that's like the whole name of the game, I would say. Our levies, I think, should be raising automatically. The question is, are they raising in a rally point or not? That is really what I'm thinking about here. Oh, and my troops have been in the middle of nowhere the whole time. If only I had known. Oh yeah, okay, so they do seem to gather in Bursa. I wish I could choose this, because we were gathering over here in Göynük before that. Now, obviously, as before, this is a pure numbers game. We kill them, they die, we win. They never really seem to put all their troops together, which isn't the end of the world, but makes these starting wars very simple, I think. Yeah, and battles are devastating. I can't really say much, I think, about the battle balancing as of right now. I'm not sure how I would classify it. By the way, Konya has a fort, so we're going to deal with you at the very end. You have a fort as well, which is super annoying. You have no forts. We're going to tear you up, buddy. You are dying. Yeah, I feel like the levy regeneration really, if you play it aggressively with how long it takes for them to recover. Man, this is an interesting, it's a difficult thing. In the past, the levy regeneration was so bugged that everybody would just instantly get them back. Today, it takes such a long time. Once you start wiping others, and if you as a player are careful, you will very, very easily and simply outnumber everybody else. Look at this, they got nothing. Obviously, again, I'm the Ottomans, but it's an interesting balance to strike, and I feel like it makes the very early phase of the game quite trivial, because they just have nobody. You killed them all. They're gone. Like, it's over. Did they make everything cheaper? 18 bucks for the Madrasa building in Bursa, huh? Madrasa building, obviously, very nice. I got no complaints there at all. Yeah. Damn, why not? I think in the past that would have been a loan. Maybe 2. Oh, and look at who just joined that war. Were they always in this war? I would love to take some territory, yes. How did you know? If I have to fight a coalition, I have to fight a coalition. That's fine. Yeah, the AI is so funny. They just, you know, instead of linking up or anything, there's no forts here in the way, mind you. They are thinking, surely the Ottomans, after just sieging Tavas, are not down there. They will not immediately come out of this invisible hills territory and kill me. I said this before the launch of the game. I think this game's AI will take years and years and years until it understands the very complex visibility rules of the combat here in EU5. Oh, and you know what I now realize? I feel like we actually will want to take this one directly, because to build a local governor in an important location, which is Konya, that is where we have the Seljuk Mint, right? We need a road network there. And this right here is where that road goes. Then I don't even need to build any to get the bonus from the local governor. So I think we're going to do this. My goal here is, instead of releasing any vassals in our core territory here, which is something that I would have done in the past, I want all of it under direct control to see how it interplays with the local governors and the estates getting money out of territory where I have no control. That is the goal. We'll see how it plays out. In fact, you know what? It probably should be what pushes me a bit more towards centralization, but yeah, I mean, given all this, no, we're never getting centralization. That's okay. You think if I full annex all of this stuff, I'm just gonna get a coalition? Let's find out. Oh, that is a lot of antagonism. Yeah, okay, that's a lot of antagonism. Ooh. Gotta press the button, though. I'm the Ottomans. This is what I do. Is this expansion too fast? Yes. Anything else? You got a problem with that, buddy? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna come and kill you. Let's take another gander here at the aggressive expansion. Honestly, yeah, it's really only them. If they go against me, I mean, that's not great, but maybe I can win it. Surely, against the AI, it would be ideal, just to be clear as well, to release a bunch of this stuff, right? The control here is going to go down massively. It's going to be terrible. But right now, that's not an option. We're not going to worry about this. I want to keep it all together. I'm the Ottomans. We are a central government, even in the times of non-centralization. Oh, yep, there they go. Coalition against the Ottomans. Why don't you come on over, buddy? I'm pretty sure that I can beat your troops. I haven't gotten any integration events, actually, which is interesting. Did they dial those down? Oh, speak of the devil. They did not dial them down. They did not change them either. Thank you for 7 stability. I appreciate it. That's big of you. Oh, yep, and now they're coming. My stability, baby. Through the roof. Okay, and I think now is the time. As much as I would like to assimilate even more, I'm gonna go ahead and integrate. This is what we do as the Ottomans. We get a lot of benefits out of it. Why wouldn't you? Everybody is on integration duty. Oh, and the Byzantines are at war now with the Aidenids. Interesting, okay. Over here, everything looks pretty normal. Flanders has flipped. They seem to be at war. Yep, this is the first phase. There you go. That's what is going on. You lost 31,000? You lost 77,000 and you're still at 71,000? Alright. That's nuts. That is insane. Alright, well, looks like France is winning this. No big aggression here. I think they just disabled the no CB stuff, right? What are we looking at here? Are you able to actually codify the Golden Bull? Not yet, but it's looking good. It's ticking up. We'll see. Okay, so far, looks like it's going quite okay. Yeah, these post-war stats are complete nonsense. They don't really describe what's going on. That's fine. Our mercantile influence grows in Anatolia. Bless America. Oh, and look at that. The Byzantines actually took a bite out of southwest Anatolia. I think that's okay. What I am way more interested in now, let me check this out. The governor. Hello, I would like a local governor. And nobody's eligible. Where is Konya? If only I knew. Requirements not met. We got Konya right there. Beautiful. Why can't I do it? But it does have a road connected to the capital. Now, I could definitely beat the hell out of the Byzantines. We can see this very same behavior that we had in previous kind of playthroughs, right? Where once they actually introduce the proper levy downtime, the AI just can't handle it. Look at the difference here in my levies versus theirs. It's definitely... It's massive. I mean, what do you want me to say, right? Now what we're going to do is, we're going to take up a few loans, quite a few loans actually, and then we're going to build a road from Bursa all the way to Izmir. connecting us there. Obviously, building out everything here in Bolza. It's not like our capital is going to stay there, but nonetheless, it would be good. I want to build a navy as well to get some up. But honestly, this early on maritime presence is very, very weak to get up. I think we might wait a little bit longer, be entirely land-focused. But what I want is a direct access here to Konya, so that I can then go ahead and actually build the local governor right here. Alright, now let me check this out. Local governor, please. Yes, there it is. Okay, Konya. Costs a lot of money. Ooh, there's the Black Death. Not much we can do there. I'm very interested in what the ideal strategy is right now. In the past, it was doing nothing, I think. It's just digging pits. I'm going to do that strategy. Costs us nothing. Looks good to me. Now, let's build this in Konya, because Konya is a very important location. Can I just build endless? Oh, no, okay, we can have one. I wish it showed us anywhere how that works, but that's fine. I have to assume it's advances, so technology. But, yeah, I wouldn't know. Oh, Black Death has arrived. Let me just check this. I could isolate the country, but it's too late for that. We're going to... Was it Expel the Sick? I want to say it was Expel the Sick, right? Oh, and look at that. As I was fast-forwarding through the Black Death, the Byzantines actually declared war against us. Now, let me just check this. How are we actually doing here? 1,000 troops. These numbers are not correct. These numbers are very not correct. Let's just go ahead and actually raise all our levies. I think it should do it automatically. Yeah, it does. Okay. We're going to see what the chances are here. This is clearly bugged. Don't worry about it. The Black Death did wipe out a lot of people, but it didn't feel too bad, honestly, especially in comparison to, like, other countries. You went from 1.3. Yeah, I feel like we're all pretty much on the same level here of, like, 33% or so dying. It seems alright. Not much that we're doing here seems to be making a difference. Oh, all these slaves! I forgot what it is like to play the Ottomans, to be honest with you. That's a lot of slaves. Okay, and I think this is going to be the peace deal. I'll be honest with you, again, they completely underestimate what it looks like if you have an even amount of troops. It really does not matter. You will win every single time because you can just wipe them, and wipe them again. So, yeah, not much change there, I think, between 1.1 and everything prior. I took on a lot of debt to do this war, but honestly, again, it doesn't really matter. Categorically, we could be in a much better position if I released vassals, for example, you know, down here. I did now build this local governor. It is going to get a lot better once we start actually properly integrating all this stuff. I can see this gameplay value. I think local governors fundamentally are a net positive. Just really, really nice. That also means that at the very start of the game, you are looking at a situation, not right now, because it takes me more time to integrate it than we currently had so far, but essentially you're looking at a situation where you don't actually are forced to go decentralized. Is it probably still ideal? Yes. I mean, all of this, if I just turned it into vassals, would be yielding a lot more benefit. But frankly, this is fine. It's good even. What you really just have to take into account is the fact that, very much like it was before 1.1, if you wipe somebody this early into the game, they are done for. I really don't think that that story can be told in any other way than just looking at the English. Look at their troops. It's ridiculous. This is the second phase. In the first phase, the French should have won it. I'm not sure what they took, if anything. Yeah, if you get wiped with your levies in the early game, you got wiped. It's over for you. The Netherlands have formed very quickly. Let's take another gander at you. What are we seeing here? The Golden Bull has been sealed. I think they just did it, judging by the fact that they have very little imperial authority. Beyond this, nothing changed. This is all as it was. Interesting. Now, I will say, having this building, this local governor, is good, but right now to maintain it is unbelievable, extremely expensive. So I'm just gonna disable it. It's not like the impact until we integrate everything and such is actually that good. This is, I would argue, where you want it. It is core Turkish territory, of course. But yeah, no, we're set up in a really good way. Damn, I should have realized that earlier, just how expensive it was. You know how many loans I took up? I thought it was just war economy. Anyway, that's fine. We're gonna crush all of these. We're gonna take over this territory. You know how it goes. And that is 1351. The Balkan Wars become accessible to us, which now means I can get claims in the Balkans. I think we're doing okay. There's still, of course, the Seljuk Mint right here in the Eretnids that I would want. Other than that, we're probably going to start pushing west. I haven't made any vassals. I really want to be clear about this. We're playing this in a bit of a weird, extreme way. Obviously, again, not ideal. Very not ideal, but I think that's okay. We are all in all doing quite well. I have closed the local governor here. Eventually, once we've got all of this integrated, we're going to reopen it. But right now, I'm just blobbing. You can see in general, of course, that I'm not having any trouble whatsoever with any of my... with any of my estates. Almost called it interest groups, actually. Because you can see right here, yep, they're getting a lot of money and they're building tall castles with it. Is it amazing? No. Do I really care about it? No, not really. They don't really seem to be doing anything. Yeah, maybe it's just the Ottomans, who knows, but I would argue right now that this doesn't really change anything. I did see a few rebellions right here in Naples. I saw one in Crown of Castile, but you can see they won each time. And clearly, Castile is completely eviscerating the Portuguese. At the very least, here there's a proper war goal. Of course, this is to put somebody on their throne. France keeps winning, but doesn't really push in. Well, as you can see right here, the Byzantines are nowhere near recovering their troops. I'm just gonna kill them. And there he is. Suleiman died in Gallipoli on a hunting trip. Very Turkish way to die, I feel like. You know what? I'm going to go ahead with this. We seem to have very low legitimacy. I'm playing a little bit fast and loose here, and I like the idea of doing this. We don't have a great bay because that might be what actually catapults us into our estates disliking us, which kind of is the point. I want to see whether they have teeth, whether they can fight back. What are we looking at right now? Where are you going? 56? That's not really a big drop. Okay, obviously our legitimacy is very low. We are in the negatives. That's fine. We're still making money. I'm probably going to crank this up right here to really pump up our legitimacy. Stability still looking good. You know how it is with the integration mechanic right here, right? As a Turk, I don't really need to worry about this. I was about to go to war against the Byzantines, you know, just to teach them a lesson, but I guess not. Oh, Jesus, what is happening here? Yeah, okay, so Bohemia is just Bohemia, I think. There's not much that we can do there. Oh, and now here we got something interesting. As the Ottomans in particular, the rise of Timur. Is he actually going to be meaningful? Yes or no? That is the big question. There they are. They changed at least a couple of things about him. They should be in a position where he can eat his way through here. They have an easier time basically taking everything over. You declare an intent, and the historical AI always declares Persia first. Let's see whether they make it into Persia, maybe even Anatolia. Again, when it comes to the warfare AI, I can't really give you a good estimate of like what balancing looks like, how we're doing here in general. There would have to be sophisticated tests where you set up two armies to really do this, because currently, well, they could have stacked together, but they didn't. So instead, they get wiped. If you're wondering, they attacked me. It was just a rebellion here by Gerzey. I'm going to use this to tear you guys apart, so rip. Unlucky for you. Yeah, this is a fine peace deal. I'll take all of this. I don't really care about this land. It's completely useless. This will oust the Byzantines effectively completely out of Anatolia, and then we push further west. When it comes to our strength, we're set up. Technically, we could be much better if I actually released a whole bunch of vessels, but again, I'm not going to bother with this. I am way more interested in getting all of this going via governors, and it just doesn't really matter right now. I have, with priority, turned the Turkish areas here into cores. I've already invited as well a whole bunch of migrations, and I'm going to keep doing this, of course. I love this button right there. We're doing amazingly well. There's not really anything else that I can say about it, I think. Now, in Europe, we are seeing France beating up Bohemia. Jesus Christ. Again, once you get wiped, and that's it. So, yeah, that's exactly what is happening there. What are the Timurids doing? They still have their troops, and they are winning against the Negudari hordes. Okay, it's a big war. Let's hope that the Timurids come to our doorstep, and we can fight them. Now, if you weren't aware, there is a new functionality now, and that is to create a unit template, and check this out, right? So what you want is to be under 50%. That is a guaranteed thing that has to be done. These are two different unit types, so let's recruit both of those. I think it's very easy, actually, to stay underneath. If I am really going to be honest, we're going to go like this, and then a couple of camp followers as well. This would now be the template. Actually, now that I look at this, I guess these are counted together. Interesting. I'm going to do this as a test. It feels to me like these would be different unit types, but that's okay. Well, they are different unit types, I guess, just not categories. You can see that we clearly can't maintain this. It shows the price, the maintenance. That's nice. I really do like this. I'm going to call this full army. Obviously, we are far away from that mattering. Can I give it a different symbol? I don't think you can choose a symbol. I could recruit this full army template, right? Like, based on the army template, I should say. Obviously, that is not feasible. We are nowhere near this. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this... Oh, it is category. So... this actually won't do it because this is one full category. So basically what you want to do is like this. And this way both of you are underneath what it would need to be. Yes. This would give you a big bonus in your army. Okay, interesting. Again, far, far away from it. Now, we do have a new setting here as well. Do not return to port when at war. Yes, return to port. Okay, good. That is what I'm looking for there. I forgot. Oh, there it is. Yes, I forgot about that button. Let's do patrol the seas. Obviously, I'm going to patrol wherever we can. I'm just going to leave to this. Again, do keep in mind that they prior the best regions themselves. You don't need to micromanage anything here once they come out anyway. Currently, they're just hiding here, it seems. I will say, by the way, and maybe that's just me, but I feel like the game is running pretty slowly. Like, pretty damn slowly. I am not too sure about this. I can't really say that it feels good. I swear to God that it was faster on my machine in the past. They did also, if I remember this correctly, change how privateers work. Honestly, I never understood how it worked in the past, so let's see what we can do here. I'm making money out of this. Okay, I like that. That's a lot of money coming our way. Does this have an impact? It doesn't have an impact on this. Interesting. So now we are actually getting money from this. In the past, if I remember correctly, it only, got rid of maritime presence of our enemies. Now I suppose it's just straight up really good. So I am going to go ahead and say I would like even more pirates everywhere. Although actually the Aegean Sea is pretty much the best here. You know what? Yeah, let's keep it this way. Why not? Whoa, it seems so much cheaper now to actually accept any of these. Look at this, the prices. Man, they changed the entire scaling, didn't they? Takes a lot of stability from us, which isn't the worst for us, but I'm just going to wait as things are. I think that's okay. We are doing great, again, given that I'm playing without vassals, but, you know, we're making basically money from these privateers and then simultaneously are building up this as well. Could I theoretically get rid of my own privateers? I don't think so, right? All right, and off we go. Why don't we just declare war against the Byzantines? I would like the Dardanelles, I think. Yep, there you go. They shall be mine. Yo, no way! I think this event existed for when privateers didn't immediately give you money. 700 bucks. They forgot to scale this. They scaled everything else down except this. 700 bucks. Oi, oi, oi. I know exactly what those files look like. Don't even think of lying to me. Jesus Christ. This is without a doubt the century of humiliation for the Byzantines. It's not looking too good. Well, I mean, say what you want, but it is a peace deal. This does, without a doubt, create circumstances of peace. Don't think it's going to last all that long, but, you know, that's not really my concern, is it? 1371, alright, we are doing quite well. It is also interesting to point out that when you capture boats now, even if they are levies, they will immediately become regular ships. So I got a bunch of Byzantine fishing boats here, which obviously, you know, we don't really want that. I'm gonna get rid of those, but yeah, fundamentally interesting. That is how that happens. Obviously, probably shouldn't be possible. The way this should work, I would guess anyway, is that you should only capture regular ships and everything else has to sink. No choice given. Oh, okay, and me taking that land immediately flips the Orthodox rebellion that had been brewing for some time. I guess it really kickstarted it. Okay, that's fair. I understand that. That's fine. Do they have a lot of forts? I don't think they do. It should be pretty easy to get this done. Okay, look. It is kind of comical. I am making 16.48 bucks from privateering because I put privateers into these locations. And as you might be aware, if you have a very early navy situation like this one, it's going to be really difficult to get rid of them. So yeah, I am printing money everywhere. That is an unbelievably strong change to the pirateer mechanic. Okay, I don't know why, by the way, but it keeps deleting my local governor here. It's a very costly building, do not misunderstand me here. But I don't know why they keep deleting it. There's no, I can't subsidize it or anything. I'm paying for everything anyway, right? No idea. I don't know what the issue with this building is. I have enough oh. You're joking. Well, I mean, they did a great job, but he's dead. RIP. 4 years ago. Damn. Damn, bro. Okay. You know what I actually think, and by the way, we are besieging Constantinople, but you know what I actually think it is with the governor? I think if there is a rebellion that interrupts the road network, I think anyway, the building goes away because it invalidates. I am 99% sure that that is what is happening there. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I am getting repeatedly as well these minor rebel uprisings. I don't think that I care about this at all, because they're basically giving a penalty towards territory that you have no control over already anyway. This is how it largely plays out. Otherwise, So the result being that, like, yeah, I mean, this land and this land, they are deeply, deeply in the red because they're getting massive malices, and it's just like, I really don't care. I have my local governor right here, I have this right there. The next local governor, by the way, will only come across in the Age of Discovery, and now that I'm thinking about it as well, not a local governor, but a naval governor. Shouldn't that be... no? Maybe... these are all local governors, it seems. Yeah, I have 0. Okay, interesting. Maybe you need a government reform. I didn't look this up beforehand. I can't build it. That's all I know, which doesn't really matter. I am not sure what happens once I take Constantinople, since I will be no longer connected via a road, theoretically, right? Does this invalidate and go away for no reason yet again, or what are we looking at there? Oh, and apparently I instantly triggered another rebellion. Whenever you annex land, there's like a sizable risk for this to happen, which kind of sucks, because you don't really know about this when you know, before you do it. But it's not like we can't handle it. Like, I don't know. With how much land we're grabbing, it doesn't seem all that significant. More than anything, I would call it a little bit annoying, really. Yeah, like, you know, what are we talking about here? where are you even rebelling, man? I don't know where you're even rebelling from. Am I blind? Do you not have any land? Shouldn't this not have been a rebellion? Yeah, they had no land and still rebelled. It's... I don't know. Quite often, the stupid wars don't happen. Every now and again, really stupid war happens. Oh well. Oh my god, yeah, it's... what is this? This is not a real rebellion. What are we doing here? Oh no. Oh, yep. It took Colonia. Colonia has the road, and there you go. Konya loses the local governor. That's so stupid. That is so dumb. Oh my god. Look, man, I obviously realized that I expanded a lot, and I did slow down now over the last few years just to keep integrating and such, but man, these minor rebellions, they always get somebody in, like the Trebizond Empire and Bulgaria and such. It's never a threat, but it sure is annoying. Oh my god. I had a peasant rebellion that just got these islands, and I had to take down the islands bit by bit. Every single island needed to be taken individually. I wish I could say that the rebellion problem, not in terms of being difficult, but in terms of being annoying, was solved, but it really isn't. Oh, and look at that, the Golden Horde has not actually fallen apart, just... I mean, it still exists. I don't know what to say about this. The Timurids are looking okay. Honestly, it's so much better than before. I can't fault them. Obviously, they didn't do it anywhere over here, but... this is better than nothing, ultimately. It's pretty good. It's a pretty strong start. The Circassian Horde is honestly mostly funny. Oh, right. Let me check in on the HRE here, right? Just as a comparison, obviously, nobody here ate as much as they did on the previous version, but Holland used to exist, the Netherlands, and they're gone now. Did you pass anything? So we got the Golden Bull, right? That has been done. Nothing here. Nope, they didn't do anything except the Golden Bull. Man, I am not looking forward to my playthrough as Austria on this version, because I can already tell you that the HRE is still a disaster. I have no doubt about it. Yeah. Oh my god, are you seeing this? It's this kind of thing, where Thessaly rebels without any land, and I need to now take care of it. Surely this should be a minor rebellion. Surely I am not wrong about that. I mean... come on. Oh, look, war's over. What can I say about that? Jesus Christ. Oh, and meritocracy is here. No, that is way earlier than it is in the old version, right? I think they spread so much faster. Look at meritocracy. Yeah, I don't know, that's crazy. I essentially now slowed down our rate of conquest, not because we have to, not because we are under pressure or anything, but because everything beyond this would just really not be worth it. I am very aggressively now building, where you go, there you go, barks, right? I did also hear now that we are apparently victims of a bug where the harbor capacity isn't doubled, when it should be doubled in the beta. That is apparently confirmed. It is what it is. I think we are doing pretty well there. Looking around again, the HRE doing nothing this year. Pretty standard stuff. Yeah, okay. The game is relatively close when it comes to the outcomes where it already was previously, except the HRE is of course not nearly as massacred. I will say I really, really like all of the massive changes that they've done to usability. The way this feels is significantly better. However, it's all over the place. They're still balancing all over the place, no doubt about it. Now, I will also say that when it comes to the wealth of my estates, I mean, you can see it right here, right? Obviously, they're getting a good chunk out of it, but frankly, I can't really see any different behavior. I think they build more, which is a net positive to a degree. The biggest downside, of course, being that I'm still under 25% crown power right here, largely because, again, they get a ton of stuff from territory where I obviously have no control. But there's no downside? I don't know. I had one rebellion, actually, of the commoners. Didn't do anything. They just died. They had like 4 territories and they died. So yeah, I don't know. So far, this mechanic, it is the Ottomans. I have to say this. I'm going to play the Austrians next. This mechanic not too impactful. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even see this. Actually, England doing really well on the Isles. Good for you. You are legitimately so annoying. It is unreal how annoying you are. My god. Ay, ay, ay. And the war's over. Because that's the way this goes. That's the way this always goes. They just keep rebelling, and I keep just eating away on Trebizond without occupying it because it has so many forts. My god, honestly, I would rather you just leave me alone than me take all your land. But here we are. I have to take your land. It is what it is. I will also say, because I am now entering the stage where I can actually have my very first professional army, the numbers don't make any sense. I don't understand it. We are at 625. Supposedly, I'm using 500 for army reinforcement, which clearly isn't the case, since I do not have that many troops. It's not surprising to me that we're in the negative with the maintenance, right? Just because we are refreshing, but they aren't refreshing. They seem to never be refreshing. Maybe it's just a bug. Oh, and look, it's another minor rebellion, which I'm sure is not just one army, where if I right-click it, that's gonna settle the issue, right? Surely that wouldn't be the case. Oh, look, it was literally just one army. Alright, let's deactivate auto-raising our levies. Hey, I don't think we need that anymore. Okay, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dissolve these. I don't know. You don't work. Oh. Yeah, okay. I don't know. It just works, okay? Oh, and now I can't even... I can't even click the military button? What is this? What the fuck is going on? Sorry, I meant what the frick. Okay. Oh, I can use F6. Okay, I can use the button on my keyboard called F6. Beautiful. Look, it's the Pontic Patriots again. Rise up. Oh my god, these rebellions are so annoying. You can't lose them. But fighting them also isn't a win, I can tell you that. It certainly doesn't feel like a win. Okay, listen, here's the peace treaty. You get 0 forts. I take every last fort of yours. You are too annoying to be trusted with even 1. Oh, who could have seen this coming? It's the same region rebelling again. Bro, I'm losing it. I'm not giving any land up, okay? Oh, and what do I spy? I spy Hussites, and they are being sieged down. Yep, show superiority. I think they are trying to convert the Hussites, and that is just the way the war goal shows. That's cool. Okay, the conflict is taking place. Can't really say anything negative about this. Who is the current emperor? Emperor Austria. Yikes. Okay. You're not doing anything. How are you doing with Imperial Authority? Yep, very badly. Very, very badly. Amazingly badly. Unlucky. RIP. And here we have the second Orthodox rebellion. You can see I did now relent and actually release a couple of vassals here. It doesn't really change all that much. Yeah, I just got nothing from those territories and they just kept rebelling. So now I'm hoping that they just stop rebelling because, yeah, that was just annoying. I am pretty sure that the rebels actually have 0 fortifications, so this should be pretty fast. Especially considering their troops. I mean, I don't even know what that is. And there you go. Easy peasy. I do think it is fair to say, especially as we go through these rebellions, that now that they all have the same size, and that I am looking at far, far fewer troops of regulars being recruitable early on, they are a really nice crack troop. So if you have a big levy army, they will supplement them in the most important locations. I think you want to build whatever you can when it comes to the best. Probably early on horsemen. I can't see it being bad, basically. However, I think the reality ultimately is that since you will only have 1 regiment, they will only do so much damage. They don't outscale anybody like crazy anymore. So you want them as crack troops, you can't just do regular only until much, much later into the game, which honestly I don't think is a bad thing. I think altogether, everything that I've observed in this campaign You just had to do it. Every time, everything that I've observed in this campaign, when it comes to the military, feels better. Is it perfect? I'm not so sure about this. I think that, for example, the combined arms bonus comes in so late, all things considered. I don't think that it has an impactful... And by the way, what is this? Oh... Oh, ho, ho, that's so nice. Hello. Oh my god, and pinning things now actually is useful. That is crazy. Okay, but yeah, as a consequence, I think that there is a lot of good stuff going on here. It plays very differently, but you really only see now the regulars shining very late into the game. When I say very late, right now we would start building some up. Honestly, it's just not feasible unless you have a massive kind of core bonus, like let's say Castile or France, for example, which we don't have because we effectively are just Turkish, right? Basically, the consequences, unless you can raise an unbelievable amount of regulars, you can't really plan your armies. Even now, you mostly work through levies. It's a weird change. It is different from before, but I think it is good. I don't think any of this is truly terrible. So I think all of this is going into the right direction. Again, it is difficult to judge it based on how the AI behaves here. I have been swatting flies 24/7 in the last like 50 years, and that is literally it. I haven't expanded, as you can see, outside of these people just attacking me over and over again and me just destroying them again and again and taking random land. Yeah, you don't really see a fair challenge between your troops and the AI in this version of the game. Now, our core situation looks like this. We have the Turkmen, of course, now also properly as an accepted culture. We're doing okay, I think, when it comes to the control. It also has to be said that I really like local governors. I wish we could have like additional, so you can see one governor right there, so the AI uses it, which is great news, really. Did you build a governor, I wonder? It really doesn't look like it, does it? England also didn't build one, I don't think, just from the looks here. Is it only Castile? Oh, that's interesting. I wonder whether they start with the local governor down there. That could be true. Is that a local governor? Yeah, that is. I'm not sure, but you can see clearly here. Yep, there you go. A couple of these people are using local governors. It's a nice mechanic. I have no problem with it whatsoever, and I think it makes for a more varied, interesting experience. These inwards territories here in Anatolia wouldn't have any importance for me, and frankly, maybe I should have placed this governor even somewhere else. But you don't get this in any version of EU5 but this one. It is a wholly positive addition, in my opinion. Now, what should be said beyond this is that piracy is deranged. I just keep spawning them, like whenever they run out, basically, and it's really only here with the Egyptians where that happens. I just click the button because we have a massive amount of sailors lying around. Man, I should really, like, grab land here. You don't even want to... Oh, man. I like where privateering is going. I think it might be really good if they get... colonialism basically to work properly, right? To just privateer here, even if you don't hold a massive amount of, you know, everything related to colonies. Now this, of course, right here, complacency hasn't done anything for us. When they introduced it, I was extremely negative towards it, and I think rightfully so, but that has, of course, now been changed, and it becomes trivial, rather non-impactful really altogether, until you are massive. So I will ignore this. Maybe we'll have a playthrough where we'll actually blow out like this, but right now, obviously, it doesn't matter. Oh, lo and behold, my local governor has disappeared again. Oi, oi, oi. That is so annoying. If you have a capital like this one that isn't, like, that doesn't have a million roads going out, it's so annoying. Any rebellion, and granted, I think the Ottomans are like the worst case scenario here, where it's the most annoying. You're not really going to see this, I think, in Castile. Oh, but when you have a rebellion, the governor just goes away. It drives me nuts. Now, a big test here at the start of the Age of Discovery is whether we can get any printing press. I'm playing with the dynamic rules, which I think is the standard. I have in the past said probably want to go with historical, just because it at least guarantees that you get something good going in your world. Let's see. New world, looks good. Pike and shot, looks good. Yep, I can see it. What is the actual requirement for this? Just checking in on this. Professional armies, yeah, we have that. Oh, we don't have enough. Oh, no, we do actually have enough of all of this. Oh, it's because we're negative? That's crazy. It's because we're negative on army building. I might get rid of one handgunner unit. I built 4 of them, you see. Now, the printing press can only spawn in China. There are 2 things that I want to highlight there. Its spawning in China is bad for the progression of Europe, because you need this for Protestantism. This is basically, it feeds directly into this, because printing press is a necessity for confessionalism. We can see this right there, printer's shop, right? So this is not good if you want a historical style game. It just is not good. Secondly, it tells me that none of these people, because this is one of the requirements, none of these people has a university, burgers, and paper production while also being innovative. None of them fit this requirement, which is bad. I could technically make this spawn because I did go innovative, right? If you check out this right here, if I push this to 20, we could actually make this happen. Fundamentally, yeah, the situation with the technologies here is not better. There's a chance if China doesn't do it, which they did, very lucky, very good, that you never get printing press. There's also a chance that if it spawns in China, everything here gets derailed in its pacing and so on. I'm not getting rebellions because I have so many vassal rebellions, I think. We live in a society. How is this an earnest rebellion that fires? How is this not a minor rebellion that gives me a debuff? What is this? We can't be serious here. By the way, if I had a local governor, which I don't because I just stopped bothering with them, I would have lost it now because Constantinople was cut off via the road. Amazing. I had fun for good chunks of this playthrough. My conclusions are that I think the changes are all good. There are many bugs, there's imbalances that I can't explore really. I have just now reached 3,000 regulars, which ultimately is just 3 units, of course. I would be building Hofnieces now as well. I think there are many steps into the right direction right here. Warfare, and especially rebellions, are deeply annoying, even still at this point, and I hope that this gets addressed. In the next video, so this was about 100 years as the Ottomans, I would have played further if I wasn't as tilted as I currently am. But essentially in the next video we're going to play Austria. I want to figure out Austria. Obviously we can already tell that the HRE doesn't work, right, if it is just the AI. I have to assume that they're going to make me work really hard for this, because you can see that imperial authority is in the gutter, thanks to France and England blobbing. I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't play 100 years as Austria just rage quit, which I might do, quite frankly. But I'm testing out the game right here. This is the way it is. This is the way we're going to do it, folks. I hope that you enjoyed this. As I said, in this playthrough, we would be seeing, yep, there it is, this spawn in, I think this is just completely broken. I think this is complete nonsense, this list right here. We would basically, oh, no, oh, you know what? I get it now. There seem to be easier reasoning after it spawns for the second hand effect. This spawned in China and is now already present everywhere in Europe. I wonder why. Very interesting. Okay, I have to keep an eye on this. That's interesting. That means that there is going to be an incredible, insane level of spread for institutions, but at least you're not going to get soft locked. I think that is what we're looking at here. Alright, well folks, I'm going to leave it right here. We conquered Constantinople. We did quite well. I'm making a lot of money. Much of it here from the privateers. You cannot underestimate privateer. You cannot overestimate how good privateers are. Really, really nice. The rebellions are crazy annoying and never a threat. Folks, I already converted a bunch here, but folks, I'm just going to leave you right here. See you in hell. Later, alligator.